Miss me? Hey everyone, welcome back to Tan's Top 10 channel. It has been a hot minute. I am very sorry for the lack of videos in the past couple of months, but I have been busy beyond belief. I guess first things first, your man's married. I married my beautiful, beautiful best friend for the past 6 years, and we got married in August. It was awesome, incredible. She's amazing. So happy that all that's finally done. We can just relax. All that planning and everything paid off amazingly. We had a blast. Also, I was in a couple other weddings standing up, so a couple of weekends there where I was booked. I also got a new vehicle, which was awesome because I've had the same vehicle since 2014 when I graduated high school, and so I finally got a new vehicle. And I went to an awesome Asking Alexandria concert. Was that last weekend? They're my second favorite band, Asking Alexandria. If you're curious what kind of music I like, rock music, big rock head, love rock. And they are my second favorite band, and they were awesome to see live. So it's been a busy fall so far. But it is October, mid-October, my favorite month, my favorite time of year, Halloween season. And I have a bunch of movies here that I'm going to recommend you watch this Halloween season. Some of these I have already watched. Some of them I plan on watching. So that's what this video is going to be. A bunch of movies I recommend you can watch this Halloween season. A lot of variety here. So if there's some subgenres, I'd say, that you're not a fan of, don't worry. There's a big variety here. I'm sure there's at least one or two movies in here that you will enjoy. So this top 10 list is going to be a lot more different compared to other ones that I've done in the past. A lot of these are just going to be like subgenres or different categories of horror movies or movies that are related to upcoming movies that we will be getting pretty soon. So you know what? We're just here to have fun, enjoy the video, and let's get going. So the first bunch of movies that I recommend are a bunch of slasher movies. A couple of them include the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This was probably I think this was like the first horror, like mature horror movie that I ever saw. This movie fucked me up as a kid. I was way too young to see this. I blame my dad because we lived in an apartment with him and he only had one TV and he rented this, and my brother and I watched a good chunk of it with him and scared the shit out of me. Still pretty creepy nowadays, but recommend checking that one out. It's actually not a bad remake. Better Watch Out, an awesome Christmas slasher with a pretty weird twist about halfway through, little halfway through a movie. Really recommend this. You could watch this either now in the Halloween season since it is a slasher, or save it for the Christmas time. Either way, it's a really good movie, and I definitely recommend you check it out. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. This is a mockumentary, so a documentary style movie, but it kind of pokes fun at the horror and slasher genres. I just checked this out a couple months ago. Really cool movie. Was hoping it'd be a little bit better, but it's nice and short, only 91 minutes, and it's actually really well made. The guy who plays Leslie Vernon, he's really funny, really commits to the role, and it's just a lot of making fun of the slasher genre, and then by the end it actually turns into a slasher movie. So really cool. Definitely check that out if you can find it. Freaky. This came out last year or this year. I can't remember. I checked this out when I got the Blu-ray. It's a fun movie. You got Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton from Blockers. They switch bodies, so it's kind of like a Freaky Friday style movie, but then it turns into a slasher with Vince Vaughn being a slasher, but then when they switch bodies, Catherine Newton becomes the slasher. So it's a pretty cool movie. A lot of fun. Check it out. And my last slasher recommendations are Hellraiser movies. Specifically the first two. These are the only two I own. I have actually never seen any Hellraiser movie. Out of all the big like slasher horror franchises, this is the one probably that I haven't seen any of them. But I'm interested to check them out, and I think we're getting a remake or something. I thought I heard something about it. Don't quote me on that, but if we do, I need to be prepared with watching the original. The next batch of movies are kind of like zombie movies, undead movies. First one is The Crazies. This was a 2010, I believe, remake of the George A. Romero movie from probably like 70s, 80s. I really, really like this remake. I've actually never seen the original, but I remember this one being on, I believe it was like Stars or HBO, whatever, either one of those, a lot back in the day when it first came out. So I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, really creepy. And you got Timothy Olyphant, who is an underrated actor. He's in the lead role. He's pretty badass. Dawn of the Dead remake, the Zack Snyder one. This one is a lot of fun. Pretty much modernizes the George A. Romero Dawn of the Dead. It's a lot of fun. Really brutal, fast paced. I really want to check this one out again because it's been a long time since I've seen it. We got 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. These are both, well, at least 28 Days Later kind of revolutionized the fast running zombies. Don't know if we've ever seen that before 28 Days Later. This movie is a lot more gritty and a lot more shaky cam, but it's a really good movie. I do prefer 28 Weeks Later though. I just think I'm not the biggest fan of the grainy, shaky cam quality of 28 Days Later. Plus, 28 Weeks Later has Jeremy Renner in it and Rose Byrne, who are both awesome in the movie. And it's got an incredible opening scene. And I think we're getting 28 Months Later. No idea, but I think that'd be awesome trilogy if they were able to pull that off. Evil Dead remake. This is the unrated version, so this movie is brutal. Holy shit, the gore, the violence, the blood, all over this movie. I haven't watched the unrated version yet. I've only seen the theatrical, but I've heard the unrated version just goes all in on the gore. So really excited to check out the unrated version. I will definitely be watching this one within the next couple of days. And the director of this movie, Fede Alvarez, also made Don't Breathe back in 2016. Now this isn't an undead zombie movie. This is more of the slasher home invasion movie. But the reason I'm talking about Don't Breathe is because we just got Don't Breathe 2 a couple months ago. I think it's coming out on 4K in like a couple weeks. So I didn't get a chance to see that one in theaters. I will be checking that out on 4K when it does come out. I've heard mixed things, but I just want a fun slasher horror movie for the season, so that's all I'm going to go into that one with. The next batch of movies are all werewolf movies. Freaking love werewolf movies. They are the best. First one up, Silver Bullet. This is a Stephen King, I believe it was a Stephen King book that got turned into a movie directed by Daniel. I thought this was directed by someone that I knew, but I guess it's not. But it does star Gary Busey and Corey Haim. Gary Busey, that's the reason why I bought this movie. I love Gary Busey, he's awesome. But just a classic werewolf movie that I will be checking out this season. Another one I picked up, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. This came out not too long ago, I believe. It's got Robert Forster in it, R.I.P. I'm excited to check out a modern werewolf movie, and it's 85 minutes long. That's awesome. I can pop this on right after this video, so I'm excited to check that one out. Dog Soldiers. This is the same guy who directed The Descent and the recent Hellboy movie. That movie sucked. But Dog Soldiers, you got a group of soldiers in the woods being attacked by werewolves. It's an awesome setup for a movie, and I'm excited as hell to check it out. Next one up is The Howling. I actually did start watching this one, I think that was last year, and then something happened. I was maybe like 10, 15 minutes in, and then I had to stop watching it. But I got this really awesome steelbook. Love this thing. This thing looks badass, a little scratched up. But this is directed by Joe Dante, the same guy who directed... Did he direct Gremlins? I believe he directed Gremlins. So, The Howling, awesome 80s werewolf movie. And of course, if you're talking about werewolf movies, you got to bring up probably the best well-known one, An American Werewolf in London. Probably the most iconic werewolf transformation scene in movie history. Still holds up to this day. This movie came out. When did this movie come out? Early '80s, I believe. And that transformation scene is just mind blowing. I don't know how they did that, but a really fun movie. I wish you got a little bit more of the werewolf action. It's a lot more werewolf stuff is towards the end. The first like hour or so is a lot more just the people talking and the guy slowly like losing his mind. It's a lot of fun. It's actually a pretty funny movie too. So check it out if you haven't seen it. It's one of the best werewolf movies. The next batch of movies are all vampire movies, starting out with The Lost Boys. This, I heard, is an 80s horror classic. Never seen it. Directed by Joel Schumacher, so I'm really excited to check it out. It's got Kiefer Sutherland, Jack Bauer himself, as kind of like the main antagonist. Really excited to check that one out. And I believe we're getting a remake. I thought I heard we're getting a remake of that, so that's interesting. Next one is Let Me In. This is a remake of the foreign film Let the Right One In. This is actually directed by Matt Reeves, the guy who is directing the upcoming The Batman movie, which we just got a trailer for. Looks awesome. He also directed Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes, and I've actually heard really good things about this movie. I heard there's some brutal violence, but I also heard it's a really nice story and a lot of touching scenes as well, so picked that one up not too long ago, actually. And the final one is Bram Stoker's Dracula. I actually just watched this one 2 days ago. This movie kicked ass. It's a lot of fun. You got Gary Oldman playing Dracula. Fuck yes. What an awesome performance. And an underrated performance by Anthony Hopkins. I believe this was the role he took right after he did Hannibal Lecter. He is so fun in this movie. He's so funny, so sarcastic, and straightforward. A lot of fun, but a lot of great atmosphere. This is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, the same guy who did The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. So it's really cool that he did a gothic horror movie. A lot of fun. Please check it out if you have not. 4K could have looked a little better, but it kind of added to the atmosphere of the movie. The next bunch of movies that I will definitely be watching this Halloween season is the Chucky movies. I've only seen the first one, the second one, and the remake. Really enjoyed the first two. Remake was okay, a little disappointing. I hope that we do get a sequel to that one because I think they could expand on it a lot more. But specifically, I want to finish the franchise, so I got 3 Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and then they have the 2 straight to DVD ones, Curse and Cult of Chucky, which I don't know. I'm not too excited for those ones, but specifically I want to finish Child's Play 3 at least, kind of conclude that that trilogy, the first trilogy. So really excited to check those out, especially since we just got the Chucky TV show that premiered a couple days ago, which I've actually heard pretty good things about. Probably won't be able to watch that until it comes out on Blu-ray, so I'm excited to check it out though. Next movie I recommend is Candyman. This is the 1992 one, the original. I watched this one right before the reboot, whatever you want to call it, just came out a couple months ago. This movie is awesome. You got an iconic role by Tony Todd, who unfortunately was not really well utilized in the reboot. I'm going to say that reboot, you could probably skip it. Very disappointing. But this one, still a classic. Please check it out if you have not. You got an awesome setup, some awesome kills, a pretty brutal movie, and an amazing score by, I can't remember, Philip Glass. I have no idea who that is, but an awesome underrated horror score in Candyman. So please check that one out. Next movie I recommend you watch, and I am going to definitely be watching this season, is the original Scream. I will be getting rid of this Blu-ray because I will be getting the 4K Steelbook in a couple days, I believe. So I'm waiting for that to come in so I can watch it in 4K. Scream is just the classic 90s slasher movie. The reason why I'm going to recommend you watch this is because we are getting Scream 5, or 5 Cream, whatever they're going to be calling it. I recommend you watch this one at least, and probably the other 3 Scream movies before that one comes out in January. Really excited for that. Trailer didn't do too much to impress me, but I am excited for it. But the original Scream, classic Wes Craven slasher movie, one of the best slasher movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, check it out. A lot of fun. The next group of movies I recommend you watch, Friday the 13th collection. This awesome Scream, wow, really, Freddy? This awesome Scream Factory release that we got last year, I believe. This thing is awesome. I believe it was just on sale for pretty cheap on Amazon. So if you're a fan of these movies, get that set. Get this set for really cheap on Amazon. It's worth it. I mean, just the packaging alone. But I went all out these past couple of days watching some of the Friday the 13th movies, and I've now watched every single movie in the series. So the ones that I did watch, Part 5, New Beginning. This is a lot of fun, even though it doesn't really have Jason in it. A lot of people talk shit about it. I had fun with it. Some of the kills were pretty gnarly. Part 6, Jason Lives. This one was a lot of fun. Probably, at least in my top 3 favorite of the Friday the 13th franchise. I could definitely see myself rewatching this one. Part 7, probably my least favorite, The New Blood. Like Jason versus Carrie, I was expecting a lot more from this. The kills were trash. I know the MPAA got in on this and kind of butchered a lot of, pun intended, butchered a lot of the kills. So a lot of them are cutaways or off screen. And I thought that movie was super boring. The one that people say is the worst of the franchise, Jason Takes Manhattan, I actually had a little bit of fun with this one. I definitely think it was a step up from Part 7, so this is not at the bottom of my list. It's fun. A lot of the kills, same with Part 7, are off screen, so that sucks, but I don't know. If you go in knowing that they're not going to get to Manhattan until like the last half hour, 20 minutes of the movie, if you go in knowing that, you're going to have fun with the movie. It's fine. And then Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. This movie is batshit insane, and I had a lot of fun with it. It is gory and brutal and weird as fuck, but it's a lot of fun. The unrated version comes in this collection. Check it out. It's a lot of fun and very brutal. So yeah, I have officially watched every single Friday the 13th movie, and I think it would actually be a lot of fun to do a top 10 video of my favorite Friday the 13th movies, so maybe that'll be coming soon. The next movie I'm going to recommend is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm going to recommend this because we just got this brand new 4K like last month, this month. This movie is incredible. I've talked about it in a couple videos already. Probably the best practical effects you will ever see in a movie. The horror and the gore in this movie still holds up to this day. It has one of the best jump scares of all time. I'm just going to say the blood test scene. That's all I'm going to give you. I'm not going to say what happens. Please check this movie out. It's a classic 80s horror movie. It's just one of the best. And you got Kurt Russell in it. Come on. And with this 4K that just came out, this movie has never looked better. So I am so excited to check this out on 4K. I also kind of want to watch this in wintertime because this movie takes place in Antarctica, so you get that cold winter feeling. I think that'd be awesome. But either way, go pick this up, check it out. That is 100% recommend. You will love that movie. And the ending, perfect. And the final batch of movies I will recommend you watch this Halloween season. Of course, they're the Halloween movies. Come on, guys. But starting off with Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. We just got a bunch of the first 5 Halloween movies on 4K. The only one I picked up was number 3. I already own the original on 4K. And I haven't actually seen Halloween 2 or any of the other ones like from the 80s. But Halloween 3, Season of the Witch is very weird because it does not have Michael Myers in it. But with that being said, this movie is a blast. It is a wacko, crazy movie with some awesome practical effects, some awesome gore, and a batshit crazy movie. The plot of this movie is a toy maker trying to kill basically all the kids in the world, and a protagonist trying to stop him. And it's got a ballsy ending. It's weird as hell, but it's also got a creepy atmosphere and awesome score, and it just puts you right in the Halloween mood. So check this out, and I'm really excited to see what the 4K looks like. I bet it looks pretty good. And then we also have the Halloween 2018 movie. I'm going to recommend you watch this because just this weekend, Halloween Kills came out, which I did see. I will just say was not a fan of that one. Very disappointed, and I'm kind of glad I didn't go see that one in theaters. I watched it at home on Peacock. I think you're fine seeing that one at home. Watch it once. It's got some brutal kills. That's one of the positives of that movie. Brutal kills. I also think there's a lot of interesting ideas in that movie. The execution is shit. There are so many dumb decisions in that movie. I'm not going to get into spoilers if you haven't seen it. Don't worry. Just a lot of dumb decisions, dumb dialogue, and the ending pissed me off beyond belief. I know we're getting the conclusion of that trilogy next year, which I'm still excited for, but Halloween Kills, very big disappointment. Halloween 2018, I actually really liked. Saw this one in theaters, very creepy. Kind of scared me when I got home and it was dark and everything, checking the corners, checking the closets and everything. A lot of fun though. This is a great reintroduction to Michael Myers as a character, so check that one out if you have not. The 4K looks really good as well. And of course, I'm going to recommend the classic 1978 Halloween, John Carpenter's masterpiece. A lot of fun. The template slasher movie. You got Michael Myers being creepy as hell. You got a lot of awesome shots in this movie, just like Michael being creepy, like peering out of like corners and shadows and like trees and stuff. You can just barely see him, but you like see him in the background. A lot of creepy imagery. One of the most iconic horror scores of all time. Classic. Just check this out if you have not seen it. It is the go-to slasher movie. It's one of the best. Some aspects don't hold up, specifically the acting, but other than that, this movie is awesome. It's incredible. And I wonder if this 4K is different from the one that we just got, that they just released. I wonder if that's a new transfer. I don't know if I've looked that up. But anyways, Halloween 1978. Check it out. Well, everyone, those are all the horror movies that I recommend you check out this Halloween season. I'm going to be checking some of them out within the next couple of weeks. I've checked some of them out this past couple of weeks as well. It feels good to be back, though. It is my favorite time of the year. I'm so pumped for Halloween. Oh, it just feels good. And it feels good to be back in front of the camera. I am sorry for the delay of videos, but the rest of the year, I am pretty sure is clean for me. I don't think I have any big... Oh, no. I have my honeymoon. Duh, I'm sorry. Besides my honeymoon in December, I don't think I have anything big going on, so I should be able to get a lot more videos out to you. I apologize for the lack of them, but it feels good to be back, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please share it, subscribe, comment, like the video. You know the whole spiel. And as always, see you guys next time. Happy Halloween.